come and do an outdoor display with me. I haven't done one of these in probably over a year now. And the last time I did one of these, they actually had little screws in the wall that I could hook the garland onto. Obviously, that's not going to be at every single venue that they have those. So this was completely fresh slate and basically work with what we have. So, first of all, I used some command hooks. I'm going to talk you through what was going through my head, the little issues that I ran into as well. Basically, obviously, it had been raining and I didn't take any cloths with me to wipe down the area before I put my sticky command hooks on there. I did actually have to wipe it down with my jumper, but once I did that, it was alright and everything stuck perfectly. Once I got my command hooks on there, I just added 260s on, literally tied them into a knot onto the actual hook, ready for when I take my garland over and pull each side of the 260 around the balloons and tie in a knot. Same sort of method I use to when I do my easel displays. Obviously starting from the bottom and then working your way up. I actually only use 5 command hooks. Now, if I was doing this again, I would probably use a few more, just to give it that extra security, especially with the weather as well. But the 5 command hooks did do the job, and the balloon arch is nice and secure up there for the customer. Although what I did find is that I put on the balloon hook facing downwards thinking that this would be best, so I had to turn them round, take them off, and then re-stick them and put them facing upwards, because obviously the little hooks was just sliding out. Anyway, once the left hand side of the garland was up, I then went in with the right hand side of the garland. I just thought it'd be easier to do it in 2 pieces rather than in one big piece. Obviously, with just me putting it up and me holding it, obviously I need that bit of security. So I tied the necks of the balloons together on the yellow and the red one at the top, just completely submerging and connecting the arch fully together. And then again, I just worked down the right hand side and put my 260s around the arch. One thing I did find difficult is how to hide and eliminate those gaps at the side of the building. Now, I know a lot of other people won't be looking at that as they're going past, and it will just be the front of the display. But as a balloon artist, obviously you pick up on so many little things, and the tiniest thing can bug you as well. Then I was thinking it was looking a little bit skinny at the bottom, and I wanted it to come out a little bit more just to give it that wow factor. So I did actually pre-make some extra clusters just in case we had any emergencies. So I started attaching them onto both of the ends. Had a little catch up with the customer, told him my ideas, kept him up to speed with everything, and obviously made sure if he wanted anything changing, if everything was looking okay. Obviously the customer came halfway through the display, which is always the worst time to come because there's no 5 inches on there and it is a trust the process. But they was absolutely loving it, loved the colours, absolutely everything that they asked for. So then I went in with my 5-inch balloons, and obviously at this point I was thinking, is this looking okay? When you're working and you're looking at something so much, I feel like you need to have like a 5-minute break and walk away and come back. Because looking at this video now, I actually quite like the arch. At the time, I didn't at all. But once I started trusting the process again and adding my 5-inch balloons in, everything started coming together like it usually does. This was how I was looking, and I added my shine spray on, but I just felt like there was something missing. So I went back in and I added 2 clusters onto each corner. So if you look now, there's no clusters on the top, but then I added some here. Now, what do you think? Did this improve it, or do you not like that? I feel like it just brought the display so much